Hello, this is your video instruction for the character study for Wednesday's assignment. So for this assignment, you are going to choose a character from the short story that you read last week that you did your visual presentation on. You've already read the story a few times. You created your own presentation talking about the characters. You've watched 2 presentations where other people talked about the characters, and now you're going to have an opportunity to show your in-depth knowledge of who this character is through things that they would choose for themselves. So this assignment may be an hour. I would say hour tops. If you get to the hour, then turn it in where you're at. So the purpose of this is, again, to show your knowledge of one of the characters in your story, especially since you've had an opportunity to read through it multiple times, do your own presentation, and hear from other people. So you're going to choose a topic from a list of 5 that are provided for you to explain who your character is based on your knowledge from the story. So depending on which topic you choose, you're going to make a list of items that you think the character would prefer based on your knowledge of the story and how they acted and who they were. You're going to explain why you think the character would prefer the items you list. And then you need to give evidence from the story that supports why you think that. So, for example, if you were going to talk about, if the list was, create a list of the character's 5 favorite rides at Disneyland. One of your responses might be their favorite ride at Disneyland is the Disneyland train, because the Disneyland train goes slow, there are lots of stops, there's no surprises, there's nothing jumping out at them. And I know that my character would like this because in the story, anytime something surprised them, it stressed them out, it gave them anxiety. You can see it, for example, in the part where their friend jumps out of a closet and shouts boo, and the character says, "Oh my gosh, don't do that. I hate when people scare me like that." Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing. So your topics to choose from, you can create a wardrobe for your character. What 5 garments would represent or would the character have in their wardrobe? Garments could be, clothing, anything, shoes, socks, pants, skirts, dresses, coats, vests, hoodies, anything. So what are the 5 garments you think they would have? Write one in each of those 5 boxes. And then in the explanation column, explain why the character would wear that style or that color or that trend, or why would they have that garment, and what color would that garment be, what would it be on? If it's a t-shirt, what would the t-shirt say? Okay. And then in the text evidence column, you're going to give evidence from the story that's going to be your proof for why you chose that item and you think that that character would wear that item. You can create a Spotify list for your character. So what 5 songs would represent this character? Explain why the character would have these songs on their Spotify list and use evidence to support that. You can create an ugly Christmas sweater for the character. What 5 elements would be on the sweater? So if you're thinking about an ugly sweater, what are 5 things you would see on this sweater? And explain why the character would have all these elements, and then use text evidence to support that. What would the character's Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat account look like? So what would they have? First of all, would they have all? Would they have just one and not the other? And what would they include in their account? What are some things that they would have in their account? Explain why they would choose that type of social media and what would be included. Why would they have that? And then what from the story tells you that that's why they would have that? And then create a Christmas list of presents for your character. What are the 5 things this character would most want for Christmas? So explain why they would want that item and give evidence from the story to support what you think. Through this activity, you're going to show how well you have gotten to know this character. So you get to choose who the character is. Oh, I need to put that on there. I want you to list what the story is and what the character's name is. I'm going to do that right now so I don't forget. And then I'm really looking forward to see what you come up with.